shot, I think he'd have been gone by now. Oh, the most testing kick so far for Patterson. Oh, but my goodness, it doesn't seem to make much difference to him. Beautifully struck, and the wind just carrying it towards that right post, but there was plenty of leeway, and it's 35-0, 5 conversions to Patterson, 5 tries to Scotland.
Well, the Romanians have walked very slowly back to halfway. They look pretty dispirited, so Scotland can really make some hay for the rest of this game, I would suggest.
Well, that was a shocker. I think that was Simon Taylor making a mess of it.
I was about to add, if they can keep their concentration and attitude, but that's going to be the test for them.
I just wonder whether he lost that in the lights or something, because it was a strange effort.
Yes, touch, pause, okay, good, stay.
Well, again, they've just lost it.
That's one of Romania's failings from scrums. You know, Syriza picks it up every single time. I mean, it's just no surprise at all. There's Ali Hogg going back, he made the tackle and actually just, I think, trying to pass it back towards his own side. And Romania going, oh, he hasn't sliced it out. Oh, he's just got away with it. He sliced it off the boot, but he's just got the 5-metre scrum. Why not, rather?
Well, from the reaction of the crowd down in that corner, I don't think they believe he did. But it's been given. That's all that counts. Well, it just popped out of his hands as he came down, and have Scotland stolen it?
Oh no, the ball is out of the ruck and he's standing in it and he can play it. Same as you got the ball from them. Well,
Mike Blair, he went to do the clearing kick. It got charged down. Came off a Romanian. Here they go over the top.
Hogg. Now, if they can get real quick ball here, driven on by big Jim Hamilton. Just putting it straight up the middle. Dumitrash, he's got a big chance here to run it back. Is he going to give it a go? Yes, that's better from the Romanians. Set up. Nice quick ball it is too. Back inside goes little Gontignac. Starting to get through some work, Tonitsa. Looking a bit more convincing in that number 8 role.
Move, White, move!
Tatiano getting it wide, and it doesn't quite go into touch. How did that manage to stay inside?
Oh, I thought it was on the line. On the line's out, but it's a 22 to Scotland. Better play from Romania. Touch is right there. We're going to see the little rubber kick down the line. If anything touches the line, it's out. Oh, it looks pretty much out to me twice.
Unbelievable. That certainly bounced on the line. Well, that was Christophe Berdos who was the guilty party there. The French touch judge.
Okay. Scotland, line, please.
No, in fact, it was Joubert, because that's Berdos over there. Oh, nice little chip through if it bounces well for them. And rescued there by Webster. Does very well with that kick into no man's land.
Stay, Scotland!
Another big clearance. This time it'll just come in field. Now, nothing Rory Lamont likes better than to attack from deep. Didn't get it quite right that time. Patterson.
Tacklers, move!
Sean Lamont. Oh, they haven't got enough numbers there, and a chance for Romania to steal it, which is what they've done. Good work from Torrask. Again, ping pong, ping pong.
And nobody chasing. The first Romanian man there is the number 8, and he's easily beatable when you're a back of that sort of class and you've got that sort of kick, and you just drill it down there, and that's why Chris Patterson's a fairly useful rugby football player. But you know, poor old Chinita, I mean, Patterson must have thought this is Christmas just to have a number 8. Then all the time in the world, you say, righto lads, let's start again. Well played, Patterson. That's why I wonder if they need him in the game more.
Well, he certainly works to get into the game. Now, I understand exactly what you're saying, but I'm not so sure that they feel they can risk him at number 10 just because he's not played there enough, and that is probably their fault for not making the change earlier.
Number 20, Chris Custer.
Blair off, and on comes Chris Cussiter to take over at scrum half.
Second up on white. Scrum 15, white.
Well, he's giving everybody a go this evening, isn't he? Hugo Southwell there, that is, coming on.
Just going back to that Patterson question, Jamie, I mean, this is his 41st cap on the week. He's had 26 at fullback and just 7 at fly half.
Crouch, touch. Touch, pause, engage, in. Come on, they're waiting, get it in please. Go.
Lawson has also come on at hooker. So Scotland really ringing the changes now that they've got control of this game completely. That goes Cassidy. Wide to Rory Lamont. He steps past 2 of them. They get him in the end, but he's got in front of the gain line. That's the important bit. And again, Patterson coming into midfield to get into the action. They've got the forwards behind him now. Drive it up. Quick ball here, and Scotland ought to be away. It's not very quick. Well, he's given advantage to Blue. He said they held on in the end. It was a messy old setup. The point was they didn't protect the ball.
Player in didn't make sure the ball was coming back the Scottish side. They weren't isolated as such. They just didn't secure the ball. And fair play to Romania. They haven't given it up, and they're contesting everything they possibly can. But I think it's going to, you know, so it's still 20 minutes left, would you believe? So the last 10 is going to be very arduous on the Romanians, especially as Scots have got at least six of their reserves on, their bench on. So they'll be eager to make a point for 2 big games coming up and make some selection headaches for Frank Hutton.
I can see Cosmin Ratiu warming up, waiting on the line there for the instruction to come on. Tonitsa is still on. I don't know whether they're going to actually pull somebody else off, but Tonitsa actually took his head guard off. But in fact, they've changed their mind about who they want to bring off, and the man they want to bring off is Karadianu. And Karadianu comes off and Ratiu goes on. Over the top, but gathered in by Petre.
On your feet!
Driven on up by Tudori. Oh, and that's an knock-on.
Vantage white if you want it! Vantage if you want!
Cassiter deciding that he can use that ball. Get it wide to Lamont. The little chip and go. There's a nice space there, but he's got it too far infield and regathered by Tudori. And Scotland have got it back again somehow. Knocked backwards by Romania. That was perfectly legal. Driving up now. It's Balan.
Move 20!
It's still fast and furious. Penalty to Romania. Diving over the top on a hand to just flick the ball loose. You can't do that.
Yes, same old mistakes. for both sides in some ways. I've just spent the last 2 or 3 minutes just having a really close look at Jason White. He's had a major knee injury. There's the penalty there, going over the top. But Jason White is still going like a trooper. He needs games under his belt. You know, he hasn't had a lot of games. He had a major reconstruction of his knee, and certainly in the Italian game they need their skipper firing all cylinders. God, he makes some hits. He doesn't mind tackling, that's for sure, and he'll do great things for him, I think, to get through this 18 minutes again, really going hammer and tong.
Just having a little look, it was Tofan. Going back the other way, Gontignac. Chip and go that time from Tudori. And as usual, when a flanker tries to kick, it's not very clever. Quickly taken. Getting it back into play. Oh, and underneath it is Parks. Lamont, and they've got another man on there with a big left boot. In Southwell.
Well, that's the way to deal with the high ball. Comfortably taken, well organised, guys calling for it, and then cleared beyond halfway. Well played by the defensive players of Scotland on that occasion.
Scotland have got some fairly hefty backs these days, haven't they? Hugo Southwell, who's come on at number 21. There he is at 96k. Not as big as Rob Dewey, but he's a substantial lump. Taken on that by Hamilton. Again, they're just too loose. Oh, that's a nice release, though, of Hogg. Couldn't quite get away, but does get the ball away. Lovely little back flick. And that didn't go to hand. It's a knock-on from Romania, but Scotland still have it, and it'll be no good on the intercept because there was a knock-on. They haven't heard it, but forget all that. They've got to go right back into the Romanian 22 for a Scottish scrum. So this is just a bit of fun. Now they've realised. Sorry, referee Nigel Owen. I blew as loud as I could, but I'm about 70, 80 yards away.
Well, I just think that's pretty harsh on the players too. I mean, this was the tap down, and you know, maybe they were offside. Well, they probably were. Certainly,
no, it was a knock-on.
Yeah,
and they were just in the middle of advantage.
But these guys have run 70, 80, 90 metres and all the rest of it. I mean, keep blowing the whistle, get the touch judge to come onto the pitch waving his flag. Help the players out of it. Don't just stand there 70 yards away saying, sorry, lads.
Chris Patterson, a bit of calf trouble. Let's hope it's just a bang. They certainly don't want Chris Patterson injured, especially in a situation like that, where that was part of the non-play down the wrong end of the field.
Yes, absolutely right, and that's fingers crossed all around Scotland that they don't get any injuries in this last 15 minutes.
And limping off, he's got a little bit of a problem, is Alistair Hogg. Kelly Brown on for him. Big applause because, of course, he scored a hat-trick of tries tonight.
Well, in the amateur days, 3 tries, I said, was a big ask, but to go off injured before the end of the game is also bad news for you. It'd be interesting to see how disjointed or not Scotland become with all these changes. It does upset a side, it does upset a rhythm, you know, because there's Frank Haddon there chatting to his men upstairs, overseeing things, and you know, he'll want to make sure that everybody gets out of this game with the usual bumps and bruises, but certainly no more.
Scott Lawson, the replacement hooker, finds his man, and on goes the big drive. I think what Frank Haddon would really like in this last 15 minutes, Jamie, is for Scotland to take real tight control of this game, and if they score another 2 or 3 tries, so be it. But instead of it being frantic and loose, it would be good to see them just take control and run the clock down.